All right, so I've heard a lot of people asking about the 2016 to 2018 Honda Civic hatchback and how you get around that spoiler without taking it off. Well, this is my first time getting one in the shop. I'm in the Detroit area, and we got the big three up here: Chevy, Dodge, and Ford. So we don't get a ton of Hondas, but we got one. So I thought I'd just see if I can't dissect this sucker and figure it out for you. I do have a plotter, so I pre-cut my patterns, and I don't know why I'm trying to tuck it under the spoiler, because for some reason my brain is telling me I can shrink it under there. Well, I'll let you know. No, you can't. No, I can't. And I didn't even try because there's just no room under there. That spoiler sits pretty damn tight against the glass. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense. It's not even a good looking car. Either way, Computer Cut has little suggestions, and one of the suggestions Computer Cut has is to shrink the top first and then move it up and shrink the bottom, and that's the only thing it says. So this first attempt, that's what we're going to try, and we're going to see how this goes. So I do have the footage sped up a little bit because I'm sure everybody just wants to sit here and watch me shrink a back glass. If you want to watch me shrink a back glass, I'll get something cool to shrink, and I'll make a video of that. If you want to see it, let me know. But okay, so we got this sucker moved up, and we're going to shrink the bottom just like Computer Cut told us to. Now, to me, I still don't see what the big deal is, because Computer Cut said all you have to do, famous last words, all you have to do. So we're going to go ahead and shrink this bottom part and see how this goes. A little bit swipe, a little more swipe, a little more swipe, maybe one more swipe. Okay, bottom's all shrunk. We're going to clean the window, do a real nice job. I don't know why I'm showing you guys this. I think we all know how to clean a window, but I just thought the nice little obstacle course of that frickin' mount for the wing was cool, so thought I would just show you this part. And now we're going to bring in a piece of tint, and we're going to lay it in here, and all of a sudden, I'm starting to realize that that very bottom section has an awful lot of curve in it. Well, first I got to pick this little spot off the damn tint, but it's ADD. I get distracted real easy. So here we go, zooming in so we can get a little better look at this, because I don't know if you can see it in the video, it's kind of hard to capture, but there's some pretty big fingers down here. It makes no sense because I shrank the bottom just like they told me to. And oh shit. Well, there goes a crease. We're just going to slide over to this side and see if maybe this side will work out a little bit better for us. And this side I'm doing a different technique. You notice I pulled it up and let it float a little bit and hit it with the heat. And that works really well. It gives it a nice, almost dry shrink effect. I hate wet shrinking. I started out wet shrinking way back in the late 80s. And not a fan of it anymore. It's too slow of a process. And don't forget, when you're playing like this, to spray a little extra water under there. Right now I'm going to see if there's something I can do with this crease. And the crease is pretty high up there, so let me just pull this up. We'll do kind of like we did with the other side. I'm going to go ahead and warm it up a little bit, but I just screwed myself right there because I shrank it too high up and I created myself a little pocket. So now, when I shrink the bottom part, I'm going to create one heck of a bind. And we'll see that as it's coming. Now, here it comes. Oh wait, nothing's coming. Don't get excited. Just waiting for me to get done screwing with this. We're going to put a little more water on it, and now we're going to go ahead and see if maybe I actually did succeed the first attempt on this window. I'd be pretty proud of myself if I did, but Unfortunately, let's go ahead and squeeze some stuff out, and we'll let the footage speak for itself on how well I did. And if I could just squeegee a little faster, that would be great. Okay, now looking at this part down here, you'll notice, let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. That pocket I talked about I created, that is a lot of tension. And it just keeps pulling back up. Now my experience is when it pulls up like that, you're drawing all kinds of dust and debris and stuff from the outside edge. And chances are you're going to get a dirty spot. And that coupled with that little crease that I'd have to deal with anyways, I just figure I'll move on over to this side. Because I wanted to see if that little trick actually did work, and I'm noticing it did work. I got a couple little tiny fingers left that I could heat up and lay down, but bottom line is the other side, I don't like it. So we're going to pull this off. We're going to do this one more time. We're going to use the information that I gathered in the process, and we're going to apply that to this. So we're going to speed this up a little bit faster because I'm sure none of you guys want to watch me shrink a window a second time, especially this window. This window just is stupid. Honda, I don't know. Somebody should go to Honda corporate and just slap somebody. It doesn't even matter who. Just tell them to whoever's responsible for this car, pass it on. That's all I can say. And we're going to move it up. I am going to shrink this exactly the same way I did the first time because I think I got this figured out at this point. So here we go. We're going to make a little bit of wetness on the inside. Not much. Just something to tack the tint down. And I'm going to transfer the tint from the outside to the inside. And here we go. We're going to put it up there. I'm going to set it kind of in place, and the liner's still on the tint at this point. I did not peel it. I'm not laying it. I am just flat going ahead and going to shrink the rest of this because I know there's a lot to shrink, and there is no reason to have exposed glue with as much as I have to shrink here. So here we go. We're going to bring the heat. Well, first we're going to adjust the heat. We're going to adjust the light. Give me a little light on the situation because it's dark under here to see what the hell I'm doing. And now I'm just going to squeegee that down just a little bit. Well, first I'm going to heat it just a little bit, then I'm going to squeegee it. I don't know what my process is. I think I just wing it most of the time. But here we go. And you notice I am still creating a little bit of a pocket up there. That's because the window's primarily dry in that section. I don't have no dryer sheet, no baby powder, no excess water to hold it down, so it's going to float a little bit. Nothing to worry about, as we're going to see. Let me just get a little bit more on this one. Touch those edges just a little bit more. And a little fun fact, I did not have a good time tinting this car, although I do like the challenge, and this car was a challenge. This day and age, we don't get a lot of challenging cars. But once you get your edges laid down, go ahead and take this back off and take it over to the peel board. I edited out the part where I re-cleaned the window, so pay no mind to the fact that it looks like I just took one off and put another one on. And we're going to lay it in, and this time I'm going to start squeegeeing it, and then I'm going to notice, oh shit, I got a light gap. What? No way. Okay, we're going to spray this back down again, lift it up, put a little water under it. Not a big deal. We're just going to shift it over a little bit, cover that corner. That's one thing when I get frustrated, I miss things. And this thing was starting to frustrate me just a little bit. I should be able to shrink and lay a back glass in about 15 minutes from start to finish, and that's smoking a cigarette. This one, I'll be honest with you, to figure this out start to finish was an hour and a half. So I wasn't too happy about it, but now that I got it lined up in place, I'm tired of wasting time on this. This thing's eating up my whole frickin' day, and I don't like it, and I got cars piling up outside. And, one's big frustration is just not being able to get to the next car. So we're going to go ahead and touch these sides up just a little bit. And let me just tack these edges down. Boy, that looks really, really nice. It's hard to see from this angle, but I do what I can with what I got. And I'm going to go over to this other side, see if we can squeegee that out. By the way, my Bondo card that I'm using, I do have it wrapped in Teflon tape, just in case anybody's wondering if I'm scratching the hell out of the tint. No, I am not. That would suck. And Teflon tape will hold up to this kind of heat with the heat gun. And as you see, laid down really nice this time. So we're going to go ahead and squeegee the easy part now. And we'll speed this up a little bit because God knows I'm tired of looking at this car already. And if you're doing one, you would be too. But a little bit of touches around the edges, and that is about it. And don't get me wrong, you still got to wipe the panels down and everything. And once you're all done, customer's happy, car's all tinted, and we're ready to roll it out the door. And that was really all there was to it. It was a little bit time consuming, mainly on the part about figuring out how to actually get it done. But I'm going to say two-step you're shrinking. Shrink it on the outside, put it on the inside, finish shrinking the bottom, and then take it and lay it like you normally would and ship it. Well, guys, that's the end of this one. I appreciate you guys watching. If there's anything else you want me to make, let me know. See ya.